Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Ultimate Nightmares run, where we take the characters that are hardest to beat in the new Nightmare mode, as chosen by you, and try to win with them. Hope you're all doing well. Today we're playing the Demon, which I'll admit I don't think is going to be one of the hardest characters to win on Nightmare mode with, but I have had many people tell me they're really struggling with this character. And I also really wanted to see if we could get a Ghost Scepter build to work on Nightmare mode. This weapon really is going to struggle on this game mode because it's a low damage, slow firing weapon, exactly the opposite of what you want on Nightmare. But if there's any character that can make it work, it's of course the Demon. So we're going to jump in with the Ghost Scepter, and we're going to see if we can get this going. The Demon is a weird character for a couple reasons. One, you have to understand how its economy works, which is fairly challenging. I'm going to try to kill that tree there, and I believe we still can't get an HP from the Scepter on wave 1. You just don't shoot enough times, so you can't get a maximum health from it. So killing the tree there was able to get me a little more value. I'm just going to ban the Terrified Onion. I want to ban level 1 items so that things like Broken Mouth show up more, since that gives us health, which gives us extra stats. Oh, actually, it looks like we did get an extra HP. We have 12, so we can check that. No, stats gain 0. Oh, we got extra health because of the Demon's passive. Let's roll here. I'm looking for maximum health. I'm looking for harvesting. Either of those are fine, and I'll take 5 harvesting here. And then we're going to spend all of our health buying items, specifically items that cost exactly 1 HP, because in the first wave, a lot of items only cost 1 health. And so you can get really good value there. Whereas in later waves, a lot of them are going to cost 2 health, because they're going to cross the threshold to where they're a little more expensive. And so it can be very valuable to buy a bunch of items on the first wave. Gives you more chance to buy these before they effectively double in price. Coupon also works weirdly on the Demon. It reduces the base cost of the item, and the way that the Demon works is 13 materials is 1 max HP. That's true for buying items as well. So if that 5% price decrease takes it below the threshold of costing an extra health, it'll actually reduce the price, otherwise it won't. I do think when you get it wave 1, it is worth buying Coupon, but it is a little worse on this character than on other characters. I'm gonna ban the boiling water. I am interested in buying another corrupted shard. I guess I will. If we get some curse early, we can potentially get very lucky and get cursed items. I'm gonna roll past all this. I'm really looking for more Ghost Scepters. And then I'm going to ban Duct Tape because it costs 4 HP to buy, so although we desperately need armor, way too expensive for this character. And then I'm going to roll, buy another Scepter. I'm going to ban the Toxic Sludge. I have 4 health left to spend, so I'm going to re-roll, buy another Scepter, and then I'm going to just ban both of these items. They're relatively weak. And then we're going to roll, and we're going to level our Scepter. I could actually spend 2 more health buying the bat or the turret. I could also re-roll and try to spend on another Scepter, but 8 is a pretty expensive re-roll. So normally I would want to spend all of my health on wave 1, but the re-roll being fairly expensive now, I am just going to save that health for next wave so that we're not wasting a bunch of money re-rolling. We're not going to get any max HP from our Scepters this wave. I could have combined them into higher level ones in order to make that more likely. But I think that on Nightmare mode, it's more important that I stay able to kill enemies. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to roll here, and we'll take 3 maximum health, because that will let me buy more stuff. And then we'll take Gentle Alien. It's HP neutral. We spend 2 and gain 2. So we're very happy to pick that up, because it's just all upside. I think that the Coupon is actually keeping the Ghost Scepter costing 1 instead of costing 2 health, the level 1 Ghost Scepter. I believe that the Coupon does make that difference, so the Coupon working out very well there. Then I'm going to roll, and I will roll again. I'm going to save my last ban for a free reroll later on. We'll buy a Ghost Scepter, we'll buy a Weird Ghost, we'll buy an Alien Worm. These are all HP positive, so of course we want to buy those. We'll buy a Ghost Scepter and Lost Duck. Lost Duck costs 2 health, So I think I will pass on that because we still have 1 health scepters that we can buy, and so I'm pretty interested in doing that. But I will spend 2 HP on the hedgehog because ranged damage for our scepters very important. Then I'm going to roll 1 more time, and I'm going to spend down to 0 HP here to buy the lens. Now, this might look weird because we have 0 max HP, but you can actually go into debt on the demon. Now, you don't have to play this character this greedy, but I do tend to prefer to do that. You can save, 5 health if you're really worried about being able to tank 1 hit. But for me, I think in the first few waves, you should be able to avoid taking damage just through movement, and so it's totally fine to spend down all of your health like this. I'll definitely take the hedgehog. That increases our range damage, and then I'm rolling for maximum health. I'm going to roll again, and I'll roll 1 more time. All right, we missed a bunch of times, but I will take 8 harvesting. That's fine, and then I'm going to take 5 attack speed, and then with 6 health here, padding. This is interesting. It's HP neutral, just on the base HP, and we will get a little bit of extra health because we are going to be storing a lot of materials on this character. Typically, you don't spend all your money because you spend it in the form of health instead. So I'm going to buy the padding basically as an extra ban, and it will also give me a little bit of extra health. And I am going to spend down to 0 again this wave, and then we'll start buying up more health later on so that we don't die, of course. Broken Mouth is great. It's just HP positive, and then I will roll again, and I will buy another Ghost Scepter, reroll here, we'll buy the coffee, and we're at 1 HP, I think that's fine. This wave, there should be enough enemies that we can actually gain some health. Now, it is pretty dangerous to have spent down to 0 health this wave because of the lamprey. This is wave 4 on the Abyss. So if you're nervous about the lamprey and being able to dodge it, you can always keep 8 health or so that you can tank 1 hit from it. I felt like our damage output was high enough that I wasn't nervous about it, but obviously you don't, again, have to play as greedy as we're playing here. But that's one of the advantages of not combining all our scepters, is that we were able to just kill everything this wave. I'm going to take 6 max health. I could take 2 range damage, but I do want the extra economy early. And then I'm going to spend down to 10 HP just to make sure that we don't die here. So I'll take the Ghost Scepter. I'll take the Sharp Bullet, increasing our piercing, which is an incredible find. Ghost Scepter really wants pierce, so we're very happy about that. Minus 1 HP to buy Gentle Alien, but we'll more than make that back by killing more stuff with our Ghost Scepters. And then I could take some regen here. I guess that's worth it, and I'll roll. Hake is HP positive, so we'll pick that up, and we'll roll. And then I do want to build dodge, so I'm going to lock the gambling token. Gummy Berserker costs us armor, which we really want to fix, so we're not going to buy that. But instead, I'll just buy this Ghost Scepter, and we'll keep gambling token locked, and then we'll go to wave 5. 10 health. I guess with minus 5 armor, I'm actually not certain I can survive 1 hit. We might not be able to, but I think that we should be okay. Definitely going to need to boost my max health, though, and obviously fix our armor as quickly as possible. We also have a lot of curse, so I'm going to start seeing a lot of cursed enemies, and hopefully we'll get some cursed items, because we got the double corrupted shard right off the start. But the great thing about playing the demon is we're wildly ahead of where a normal character would be, because we were able to buy how many items? Like a full, I don't know, 7 waves worth of items in 3 waves. I'll take the spicy sauce here, that's great, and then I'm going to take 6 dodge, and then we'll pick up 3 armor to try to reverse the armor loss. Now, I am taking gambling token, which obviously costs me more armor, and our armor is still going to be negative, but hitting dodge cap when you're using an ethereal weapon, so you start with 30 dodge, is super efficient. Very happy to do that as quickly as we can. I will keep leveling my scepters, and then I'm going to try to stay on 20 HP, I think. So I'm going to lock the lemonade, lock the jerky, lock the scepter. Oh, actually, I guess I went down to 19 HP. And then because I'm buying all of these items, I'm just going to lock the ice cube and ban it. and we'll get a reroll there. Ghost Scepter is a little bit worse on the Abyss than it is on Crash Zone, because there's fewer enemies on this map, and they tend to have higher health, so you are less easily able to get maximum value from the ethereal weapons. Alright, so we tanked a hit there, so I definitely want to pick up some consumables. I do also have negative consumable healing. I kind of forgot that I bought the alien worm and reduced my consumable healing, so that's something that I need to keep in mind, is that my healing is really, really bad right now. But we now got a lot of health. I'll take the ranged damage here. We will buy all of these items and then ban the ice cube. Reroll. A pumpkin, phenomenal. And we'll take another bag. That's great. I will buy the acid here. It's +2 health. It does cost me 2 dodge, which we'll have to recover, but I do think that it is worth picking up. And the pumpkin I'm going to buy, and then I'll re-roll. I will then pick up the whetstone. These other level 1 items are a little expensive, but I think we will buy the insanity. Ghost Scepter does have 2x critical damage, so crit chance is pretty good on the Ghost Scepter. These other items are pretty expensive, and so I'm going to save my health to maybe buy something more important. The trick with this character is you really want to get your economy rolling right at the beginning, and then you're going to stall out a little in the mid-game as you recover your maximum health and try to buy other stuff, and just as the conversion rate starts being more punishing. But the early game should set you up for being so powerful that you don't have a problem in the mid to late game, because your economy and all your damage stats and everything are already super strong just from the beginning. Trying to kill that curse alien, making sure to clear as many enemies as possible to gain as much health as possible. I think I'm going to take the attack speed over the health here. The health is very tempting, of course, because that's probably a full item, but 15 attack speed is better than most items that we would find. I'm going to roll here, and then I'm going to take 3 armor, getting back to 0 armor. We'll pick up the Ghost Scepter. Weird Ghost is tempting. It is positive HP. Wave 8, and I get to buy the whetstone. We have jerky and lemonade, but negative luck. This one's kind of tough, because obviously the Weird Ghost is pretty dangerous on Nightmare mode, but it is +1 HP, and we get a reroll. I think I'm gonna not do it, but I wouldn't blame you at all for buying it there. Roll here, and roll again. Piggy Bank is incredible on the Demon, because you always have a bunch of materials saved up, so the Piggy Bank is going to constantly be giving us lots of extra money. It's one of the characters that this is really strong on. And then I'll take the Loot Worm as well. We are struggling to pick up materials. Do I need 40 health? Wave 8. I think I can get away with buying down to 30 health this wave. And I will buy another pumpkin, and then we'll go to wave 8. So we should start seeing really strong HP income around this point. Wave 9 and 10 on the Abyss have a lot of enemies, wave 10 especially, and so we should get a lot of health out of those. The main thing that we need to worry about at this point is that my defensive stats are terrible. We have, I think, 0 armor still. I have very, very weak healing. My dodge isn't good. So things like that can be pretty dangerous. When I start taking damage, it gets pretty tough. And with the amount of curse that I've gotten, cursed enemies are a real problem given the low damage of our weapons. So another thing that I need to be very cognizant of as I play. I'm going to recycle the Weird Ghost again. I'll take the Pocket Factory just to pull a unique item out of the pool, and because I like Pocket Factory. And then I'm going to take 2 ranged damage here. I would love to roll for armor or dodge, but we can't afford to pass ranged damage. We'll take the cake. It's still HP positive, and then I'll roll. I will keep upgrading my weapons here. Ugly Tooth I do think is worth buying, because it'll help us survive against elites and bosses. And then I will buy another coupon. So I'm curious if the pearl is going to decrease in price, because that would mean it was within the threshold where buying the 5% reduction made it cheaper. It wasn't. Do I want the pearl? We do end up with a really high economy build on this character typically. So I think we can get away with buying the pearl and the beanie, and then I'll lock Whistle. We're at minus 40% damage on the pierce, so I will just take another pumpkin. We'll get full piercing damage if I can. And then we're going to this next wave here. So I'm, of course, looking to get more attack speed and damage. I'm looking to get some healing. But what I mostly want to do is fix my armor, get it to about 10 or so, and get my dodge to dodge cap. And if we do those 2 things, we should be in excellent shape. This character's economy is really strong. We also have some of the best economy items for the character. We have triple bag. And then, of course, we also have Piggy Bank, which is excellent for the demon, and a bunch of other really strong items. So we should be amazingly set up for the mid-game if I don't die in the next wave or 2. Just need to fix my defenses to make that less likely to happen. Up to 109 health here. We'll recycle the goat skull, doesn't do anything. I'll take the cake, and then I'm going to reroll this. I'll take 9 HP, I guess, and then I'm going to take 10 luck. Take in the high level upgrades. We'll buy these items and roll, and now I have enough health I can afford to spend a bunch of it on items here. So we'll buy the baby gecko, we'll buy the fresh meat, we'll roll again. Is it worth it to buy a fertilizer here? I think it is. We have so much health, and the harvesting will help keep our economy rolling, keep our levels high, which gets us a bunch of defensive stats, which is exactly what we want. Banner is, of course, an incredible find. We'll buy the hedgehog. And then I'm going to buy the glasses here, because the range is okay, especially since we have really good pierce. And it also gets me a free reroll, which is pretty nice. I'll take the frozen heart. It's very expensive, but I do think it is worth it, because even a little bit of extra damage on Ghost Scepter matters a lot, and the crit chance is valuable. And then I'll buy the plant here. Also, on this character, you just want to buy more stuff. We'll buy the small magazine. Snowball isn't worth it, even though we have Frozen Heart. Maybe we get, like, 4 elemental damage out of it, in which case it's giving us 0.4 damage. So the Snowball is just not worth buying. I'm going to roll here. I will definitely take a Cursed Ghost Scepter, and I'll definitely take a Hunting Trophy, though. These are amazing finds. And then the Leather Vest, I'm going to lock and save for next wave. I kind of want to have 50 health, I think, going into the next wave. We could maybe get greedier there, but we've just increased our power level pretty immensely, so no need to. The triple pumpkin is really doing work, and is also going to be super helpful because we have horde waves in this run. Trying to kill the eggs before they hatch so that the slashers are not absorbing too much damage from my weapon, because on this character it's mostly about just the number of enemies we kill, not the quality of enemies we kill. We just want to increase our HP income. The consumable healing, of course, is very helpful. I'm going to run the walruses down to the bottom of the map here, and then run up to where there were a couple consumables to try to stay alive. I take 12% damage, because my damage was negative. Fixing that is very important. Leather Vest costs 8 health, so it is pretty rough to buy it, but it's definitely worth it, even at the increased price that the demon sort of effectively pays. We'll buy some lifesteal here, and then I will roll. I'll take a propeller hat. I think I'll pass on the snail for now. I will upgrade my ghost scepter. I'll buy a metal plate. Decomposing flesh. I think I'm... Am I interested in the decomposing flesh? So, of course, it costs me health, which costs us economy. But we're going to be... We've leveled our weapons a lot. We're going to be getting a lot of max HP here. And lifesteal is one of the things I actually need. So I think I do want the decomposing flesh. I'll buy the metal. It's minus 3 HP, but the damage, armor, and speed are still good stats, even though we have hunting trophy. Still important to focus on stats that we actually need. I'll buy the black belt as well, and we'll buy the ritual and roll. Coffee and ghost scepter, and then I'm going to roll again, and I'll definitely take the beanie. I think I'll take the bat as well. I only want to buy one of these because I am at 61 health. Also, a reroll for 31 is really expensive, so we won't do that. I could be spending more. I mean, this is more health than most characters would have at this point in the run. Also, there is a huge moth in my office that just landed on my computer screen. So, if I'm distracted, that's why. But, as I was saying, this is more health than most characters would have at this point. So we could definitely be getting greedier and spending down more. But I feel like we are snowballed so far ahead of the run that there is not really a way that we lose if I just don't get wildly greedy. So I'm just going to focus on playing relatively clean, buying good defensive stats, making sure that my damage is keeping up, and then I think we're more or less guaranteed to win. You know, it's early to call it, obviously, but I would be lying to you if I said that wasn't true. I'm going to take the book here because it's only 9 materials. We get 0.01 damage from the Frozen Heart, and it's a unique item if we find Fairy later on. A roll here looking for dodge or armor, and then we'll go up to 57 dodge, and we'll take 3 armor as well. Amazing. To level our Cursed Ghost Scepter and buy a non-cursed one, we'll take the wheat for the range damage. I'll take the bat. I'm going to take the snail here. We get a free reroll, and it can be helpful on the Horde Wave. A small magazine is one of the best things we could find. Attack speed is so important to us right now. I'll buy the Cyclops Worm. I guess I'll sell this level 1 Ghost Scepter for the level 2. It's expensive, but I think it is worth it, though immediately punished. Take the weird food. I'll take the head injury. Peaceful Bee. I do want dodge, so even at the cost of a ranged damage, which is a pretty painful cost, I think I will take the Peaceful Bee here. And then we'll buy a Ghost Scepter, and we'll roll. And I'm going to buy these items, and we'll play this at 60 HP, because I really wanted to get to dodge cap with the feather and buy a bunch of extra range damage. Now we have 12 armor, and we're at dodge cap, and we bought a bunch of damage and attack speed that wave, so we should be in great shape for the Horde. The Enhanced Hatcher is definitely a little scary because the enhanced enemies have so much health, and this is still a low damage weapon. It was a little dangerous to kill that blobfish there, because on a Horde Wave, what you need to do is not let the enemies get too large a critical mass of unit, because then you just start getting overwhelmed. And that did happen a little because I soaked so much damage into the lampreys that spawned out of the blobfish there. We're about to do that again, but we were able to survive. I can just move to the corner and kind of tank a bit. I'll try to pick up some of these materials, and obviously we get 1,000,000 HP here. I'm going to recycle the Blazemander. It doesn't really do anything for us. We'll take 7 crit chance, and then I will buy none of these items. I'll take the power generator. A cursed power generator's really good, of course. It means any speed we buy is incredibly powerful. Then we'll roll here. I'll take another gecko and a coffee and roll again. Yeah, I'll buy Blood Leech. Definitely something that I'm interested in. Then I'll buy Pile of Books because crit chance is good, given that we have a hunting trophy, and crit chance is just good for our weapons. And it, again, pulls a unique item out of the pool. Okay, I can take the Greek Fire here. That will help against the bosses if I get a way to set things on fire. And while I did pass on the Blazemander, and maybe we don't get value out of the Greek Fire, the Curse is a really strong upside just by itself, even if we never set an enemy on fire. So I'm pretty happy to just pick that up. I'll take the Blood Leech here again, and then I'm going to roll, and we'll buy some move speed, which is also a bunch of damage, and we'll roll. Incendiary Turret will work with the Greek Fire, so we'll pick that up. Do I want the Tractor? I think so. And I'm going to buy the Baby Elephant just to get it out of, just to get the reroll here. I'm going to take the Cursed Dynamite just because it's cursed. Snake and Rat are still too expensive for what we get out of them, but we'll take the Cursed Insanity. That's great. And Fruit Basket, I do want, because we're still pretty reliant on consumable healing. Take the Alien Tongue as well. I'll roll again, and we'll buy another Pearl. Alien Worm, I'm not going to buy here. Alright, I killed both of those blobfish at once. Not exactly what I meant to do, but shouldn't be a problem. So I would like to get a Scared Sausage or a Blazemander to go with my Greek Fire. But absolutely not necessary. We should have plenty of damage just with our actual weapons. Also, having Frozen Heart, of course, makes it worse because our fire burns at half the speed, but it should still be, because it's cursed, enough damage that it's worth investing at least some in getting a little fire. I'll take the move speed here, and then I'm going to take 10 luck over the 1 ranged damage. I will pick up fresh meat, and I'll roll. I will buy the Scared Sausage. I'll combine here and buy a Ghost Scepter, and now we have a level 4 Cursed Scepter. And I'll roll again. I'm at 62 dodge, but I think I do still buy the alloy. We'll need to fix our dodge, of course, but range damage and crit chance are both pretty important stats. Right now, my crit chance is 44%, so we still want the Insanity here. I will sell the Ghost Scepter for the level 2 Scepter. Community support probably isn't even that good, but attack speed matters a lot to this character, so I'll pick it up anyways. Then I'm going to re-roll here. We'll buy a Fish Hook. We'll re-roll. We will buy a Feather, going back up to 59 dodge, re-roll. And it's not exactly what I want, but I'll take the Gambling Token. Now, you can spend HP that's over cap for the handcuffs, and if you're strictly optimizing to win the run, you should buy the handcuffs here. I'm not going to do that just because on the demon playing Ghost Scepter, I think it's fun just to get huge numbers. So I'm going to err on the side of having fun because this run is already well in hand, I think. But obviously 8 range damage is incredible. You certainly don't need more than 70 health in terms of your actual HP total. And so the handcuffs would make the run a lot easier there, but for fun purposes, we're going to not buy it. As always, I want to mention whenever I make a decision that is just for fun and not because it's strategically correct, what the strategically correct decision would have been. Here, I'm just going to take 3 armor. I could roll for attack speed or range damage, but armor is one of the stats that we still really need. Fishhook didn't do anything, unfortunately, so we're going to give up on the level 1 Ghost Scepter. I only locked it because we have Fishhook, but I'll take the other items here, and then I'll roll. I'll upgrade my Scepter. I will buy Weird Food, Scar, and Gentle Alien, and roll. Candy Bag should be a lot of fun. We'll definitely take that. And then we can upgrade to max level on our Scepters. I'll take the Crystal for sure as well. Buy a Bat and roll again. And then Lucky Charm, I think is worth buying. It does cost me a range damage, but it's a pretty powerful item. Then I'm going to hold, I think, on 80 health here. Just to make sure that if I start getting overwhelmed by the Horde aliens, or if the Candy Bag spawned an elite, that we weren't in any danger. So I definitely want to kill the eggs before they hatch as much as possible on this wave, because having a lot of really high health enemies stopping me from killing the Horde aliens is one thing that could put us in some danger. So I'm trying to run off to where those are. The Cursed Enhanced Hatcher is a pretty scary enemy. It's going to be hard to kill. Our damage is good, but not up to killing one of those really fast, so obviously we needed to deal with what it was spawning. But we're now up to 250 health. We'll take the cake, we'll take 2 more armor, we'll take some more armor. We won't buy the acid now, we'll take the feather though. And Cursed Black Flag, incredible. Exactly what we're hoping for. I'll take some regen as well, we'll buy the incendiary turret, because at this point I can buy more or less anything that we want. Unfortunately, the coil doesn't really work. We have somewhat negative knockback. Take the baby gecko here, and now we have those maxed out. I'm buying Bonk Dog just for the curse, and then we're going to roll. I'll take a beanie, and I think I'm just going to roll past all this stuff. We'll buy a cursed helmet, we'll buy a banner, we'll keep re-rolling. At a certain point with this character, the limiting factor becomes the money that you can spend on re-rolls, not the actual HP that you have to spend on items. I'm going to buy Tardigrade as well, because we have 60 dodge, we have crystal, so I want to protect the crystal bonus, if possible. And then I'm going to lock this Ghost Scepter, buy Leather Vest just for the armor, and Feather I'm buying just for the range damage, and then I'm going to roll one more time, and we'll lock this whole shop, just to try to curse stuff. Sad Tomato is pretty funny on the demon, because, well, it'll end up reducing my health by a lot at the start of waves, but we should have nigh infinite healing pretty soon, so I'm really not worried about that. Basically, the challenge with this character is getting out of the early game. And if you're struggling on the demon, you're probably just not playing the early waves greedy enough. And you just need to work on the movement required to not take a hit in the first couple waves so that you can spend all of your money. Yeah, we'll take the Cursed Wisdom, because it's cursed. We'll recycle Wheelbarrow. Seashell, we're definitely taking. That's awesome. I'm going to re-roll this. I mostly just want more damage and survivability, so we'll take some regen. I'll take 5 crit chance, and then, again, nothing got cursed. Classic Fishhook. I guess Broken Mouth is HP positive, but it's regen negative. So I think I'm going to actually not buy it, because I care more about 1 regen than 1 health right now. But we'll take the Sad Tomato, we'll re-roll, we'll take Scar and Lemonade, we'll re-roll, take a Lucky Charm, re-roll. And Do I want the sunglasses? I guess it gets me to 70% crit chance. That's pretty good. Roll past all of this stuff. I'll take Spyglass and Missile and roll again. And we'll take a banner and we'll roll again. And I'm not going to take the knot, similar to... I mean, in this is a case where it's not actually clear to me that you win more often if you buy knot, because you're going to win from this position 100% of the time. So there's no meaningful difference between buying knot and not buying knot here, other than that you can't have fun upgrading your weapons. But normally it's right to buy knot when you see it. And we'll take the fishhook. We'll sell here and buy the cursed scepter. Roll. I'll take some lifesteal. I'll roll. Take some more lifesteal. Roll again. Lantern is a fun, unique item. We're definitely taking that. It does cost me 3 health to buy the spicy sauce here, but it gets a limited item out of the possible item pool. So it's kind of like banning something. And then we'll take an incendiary turret as well. And then for 60, I think I'm not going to reroll. Still no candy bag elites, which is kind of tragic. I've been saying this for ages, but they really should fix Seashell so that it works on turrets. It's a level 4 unique item. It should be fun. And the fact that it doesn't work on turrets or pets or anything like that is just silly. Well, we sure are making money this wave. I've also gotten a lot of curse, which is great, of course. The tractor, at this point, I'm just going to recycle it, and then I'm going to roll. We'll take some range damage. Take the Ghost Scepter to upgrade to another level 4 cursed one. We'll take the Focus. We'll take the Blood Leech. We'll roll. I'm going to take these cursed items, even though this is going to increase the elite health. I'm just not worried about that, and I just want to buy as many cursed items as I can for fun. We'll take the helmet, we'll roll here, we'll take a cursed glasses. I'll buy Snowball as well at this point, because it gets another level 2 item just out of the pool, so we're going to find good items more frequently. And then Panda actually only cost me 2 health, and gives me 25 luck, so I do think that is worth it. We'll buy the bandana. 10 health for 2 armor on the leather vest is worth it. And then we'll take some ranged damage here. I'll buy the Dock Moth just in case. And then our rerolls actually are not that expensive yet, so I'm going to keep rerolling. We'll take the Lure, Baby Elephant, and Missile. And I'll roll one more time here. I'll buy Kraken's Eye. It's actually HP neutral, but we get 15 curse. And then we'll buy the Snake, and I think keeping 100 health for the elite is fine. This is a Celery Tea wave, so, you know, if something goes truly ridiculously wrong, then there's a chance we could have needed to have some help. Like, double elite spawns and I walk into all their attacks at once. That kind of thing. And it is a pufferfish wave, so there are a lot of attacks on this wave. Making sure to clear the loot aliens, of course. Oh, can I get it? Nice, I got it. And we got 4 crates that wave. Sure, I'll take Grind's Magical Leaf. It's only going to give me a little bit of a bonus, but it only costs 77. And then I'll take the Catling Gun. It's going to steal kills from my my Ghost Scepters, but at this point that doesn't matter. My weapon crit chance is 70%, so we will take the crit chance here. We'll take some more ranged damage, and then I'll buy some of these items. I'll definitely take the ghost outfit. We already have the dodge cap for it. We'll take coffee. I'm going to take the glasses as well, and starfish at this point doesn't matter, so we'll pass on that. We will buy a cursed ghost scepter, and do I want to buy the scythe? It does turn off my crystal bonus, but other than that, doesn't matter. You know what? Let's take the scythe. It's a legendary weapon. This is why we didn't buy Knot. We're going to pick it up. Cape actually isn't good for us because we're over dodge cap already. Nail, I have 14 engineering, so it is technically damage positive. We'll buy it and get it out of the pool as well. And then I'll roll. And I'll take the scope here. Roll again. Will-O-Wisp, we do have a scared sausage, so I could get elemental damage from the Will-O-Wisp, but I'm just going to roll here. I've had to buy all my pearls at full price. And I'm going to take a weird food and roll again. We'll take some Ghost Scepter levels. And then I'm going to lock metal. It's still a good item for us. And then go to the next wave here. So I don't think that the scythe is going to do that much in this run, but it is a fun item, so we're picking it up. But our scepters are just going to kill everything before it gets to attack. We're making pretty incredible money off of the black flag, I have to say. Oh no, where is it? I heard the audio cue. I think I killed it. The loot alien. Sure, we'll take a fruit basket. We finally got a free pearl. I'm actually going to recycle the defective steroids. I think the attack speed matters more. And then I'm going to roll here. And let's just take 60 range. I think that'll be fun with our scythe. Maybe we'll actually get to hit the boss with it. I'll take some damage, and then I will do some re-rolls. Alloy gives me damage on the scythe as well, because it scales off of our melee damage and lifesteal. So I'm going to pick this up, and we're well over dodge cap, so Alloy, of course, is free. Insanity, yeah, all our weapons are at 80%, so we'll take that. The treasure map isn't going to do anything. And I don't care about the glasses that much, so I am gonna... Oh, okay. Double scythe? Obviously, the legendary weapons costing us HP is dangerous, but yeah, we're gonna buy the double scythe here. Cost me 60 HP to pick up that item. And then I'm gonna roll. I'll take a cursed pearl. And re-roll again. And re-roll again. And Crystal doesn't do anything now. Triangle of Power is pretty dangerous. We're also taking 6 damage a second from the double scythes. So, worth keeping that in mind. I'll buy the Gentle Alien here, and then I'll roll. Buy a Spyglass just for fun. And I think I'm going to hold at like 150 health. So I'm going to re-roll here, and we'll buy a Regen Potion. That'll keep me alive even through the scythes. Then I'll buy all those cursed items, and we'll go into this fight with 140 HP. Actually, a little more because of the... We took a lot of damage at the start, and it kind of spooked me, but then I remembered I had... My HP total was 140, and then the scythes just kind of one-tapped the bosses there. Now, obviously, they didn't do as well as the Cursed Scepters, because those are ranged and cursed, but... Still, really fun to have double scythe here. That was, of course, a great run. We had triple bag, we had double coupon, which technically saved us 2,000 materials, but actually probably saved us more like about, I don't know, 30 health, because it only matters if it crosses the threshold. But still worth buying. We had 4 Gentle Aliens, which were great. The padding was quite good, the early Sharp Bullet was excellent, and then the triple pumpkins were really nice on top of that. What else did we have? We made 900 materials off of hunting trophy, and we had 240,000 damage off the Greek fire, so that did pretty well. Our baby elephants were pretty bad. Our scared sausage did very little. Our fish hooks were horrible. We cursed like nothing with our fish hooks. Just rolled into cursed items mostly. So 45% pity bonus at the end there too. So the fish hooks were an embarrassment, but obviously that didn't matter to this run, which ended up wildly overpowered. So if you're struggling with the demon, my recommendation is just make sure that you are getting out of the early game having bought a lot of items. Spend your health in wave 1 when it still only costs you 1 HP to buy a lot of stuff before it effectively doubles in price, because that lets you get off to a really strong start and get way ahead of the enemies. Alright, my friends, hope that you enjoyed that run, and of course if you have, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that, and of course you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers folks, I'll catch you next time.